Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Permission to Live in the End. Just want to stop by and chat for a couple of minutes because I woke up with some thoughts on my mind that I want to talk about. The first thing is if you, well, I've shared it here a couple of times on the YouTube channel, but I wanted to make sure because tonight is the last, or today is the last day for signing up to my Feel-It-Real Mastermind, which in that mastermind, we will be studying the works of Neville Goddard, which is this channel. When I talk about what I do here on this channel is I like to share Neville Goddard quotes, but then I share my own personal experiences related to those quotes and how even though pre-Neville, a lot of the things that I share here on this channel are pre-Neville. I just love how Neville breaks things down and makes everything just plain and simple for us to understand in terms of manifestation. So I have a Feel-It-Real Mastermind that I want to invite everybody to. Today is the last day to sign up for it. By midnight, the doors will close. Like Abdullah talks about slamming the door, that's what's going to happen at midnight. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that here, and the fact that what we'll be doing, it's a 6-month mastermind, and we'll be meeting twice a month and studying the works of Neville Goddard, his books, videos. You'll be able to ask questions, talk with other people who are going to be sharing their experiences as well. And I want to welcome, oh my goodness, I have someone who signed up from South Africa. I have someone who signed up from England. So I love how technology allows us to meet and share with other people. And it's just going to be it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. But I wanted to share a quote. This is what I woke up thinking about today. This is a Neville Goddard quote, which I like to do, is share that here on this channel. Man is always compromising and complicating his desires. Man desires freedom from his limitation or problem. The first thing he does after he defines his objective is to condition it upon something else. He begins to speculate on the manner of acquiring it, not knowing that the thing desired has an expression all its own. He starts planning how he is going to get it. If, on the other hand, he has no plan or conception on the fulfillment of his desire, then he compromises his desire by modifying it. He feels that if he is satisfied with less than his basic desire, then he might have a better chance of realizing it. The inevitable is failure or frustration. I just wanted to stop and talk about that because I woke up hearing myself say, that's not it. If the outcome is not what you said, if the outcome of your desire on the path of your looking to manifest something, and along the way you get a little nugget of something, that what we'll tend to say is, well, what I have is better than I had. And then we come to a stop because I noticed that we are masters of compromise. We are absolute masters of compromise. If it's not for how we might have grown up with somebody saying that you need to be satisfied with what you have, or, we just have messages coming at us from around us that are telling us, you might not want to look for more than what you have right now. Just whatever the messaging or inner conversation is that you may be having may cause you to stop midway through whatever it is that you're on the path of manifesting, because you might be saying it's better than what I had. And I just wanted to encourage you, that's not it. And what I've noticed on my own journey of having done this sometimes myself is that no matter how much we compromise, We always come full circle back to whatever it is that we desire to begin with. So why not start out there, not compromising it? I remember when I shared here on this channel the story of my becoming, or the story of my understanding that I wanted to work part-time, making full-time money. On that journey in my mind, when I decided that I needed to stop and pay attention, because I was, going from job to job where I was in the healthcare system I was working in. I was going from job to job, believing I just wanted to make more money, whatever I was thinking at that time, until I came to a place where I said, I need to pay attention, because this is not what I want to do. I don't want to be jumping from here to there, or, I want to have a deeper understanding of what's going on. And I'm on a live, so please try to be quiet. So in doing that and coming to a place where I wanted to really understand what was going on, I remember carving out a space and sitting in my bedroom and deciding that until I completely understood what was going on at that time, I was not going to move out of that space. And this is pre-Neville Goddard, okay? So I just want to put that out there, because we have these abilities and capabilities and inherent abilities to manifest. This is what we're doing all day, every day. We're just not consciously aware. But I came to this space where I said, I'm going to understand exactly what's going on here and what I actually want versus what I had been compromising, obviously, all that time. And I said, I'm going to go home, I'm going to sit down, and I am not going to move until I understand. And the question that I asked myself was, what do you really want? What do you really want versus what I had been compromising? And when that question just went inside of me and I allowed myself to process that information, here's the interesting thing that started to happen is some of the answers that started to come to me immediately were answers that were familiar with what I had been doing all that time. My body understood the familiarity of some of the responses that I started to get. Wow, Miles, thank you, during my live. So I'm asking myself the question, what do you really want? And as some of the responses started to come to me, I could feel within myself the familiarity of some of the answers, because your body is just so familiar with a specific state of being that it may respond to you with certain things that are familiar to that state of being. So an answer would come, but I would feel my way through my body. I would feel the answer, and I would hear, nope, that's not it. And then another answer would come or emerge, and I would hear, or I would feel, what that answer felt like in my body. If it was familiar, nope, that's not it. Another answer would come, nope, that's not it. And this is the power of being in that silence that Neville Goddard talks about. When he says at the end of his lectures, let us go into the silence, this is the power of that silence, is that you will actually hear from yourself what the answer is. And you'll also hear all of the little idiosyncrasies that are going on inside. I didn't understand prior to sitting down with myself and really paying attention that there was a difference between, this feeling that would go through my body of familiarity versus what I was ultimately going to hear. I didn't know that that was going to happen, but I heard it and I felt it in the silence. So the silence was teaching me. So ultimately, when the answer came, you want to work part-time, making full-time money. Oh my goodness. That was not familiar to me at that time. And my body just lit up like ding, 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 ding. That's the answer. That's the answer. I just knew from the top of my head to the bottom of my face. So you will know what the answer is. You will know what your answer is to whatever your question is. You will know in the silence. But when that answer came, so this was based on my current, what was happening at that time. Obviously, I had started having children, but I was still working. So there was all kinds of stuff that the universe knew that I needed at that time. So when I heard you want to work part-time making full-time money, oh my goodness, it went through my body like I don't even know how to explain, but I knew at that time, oh my goodness, that is the answer. That is the answer. But here's what started to happen immediately after that answer came. Inner thoughts started to rise up to challenge what I had just received. And I needed to pay attention to what those challenges were and respond. Here's an example. One of the challenges or one of the inner conversations, thoughts that rose up was, how dare you? How dare you think that you can work part-time and make full-time money? Nobody else around you is doing that. And who do you think you are? Who do you think you are that you can work part-time making full-time money? These are the things that started to arise in my own mind. But initially it felt like another person was, saying this to me, until I stopped and said, wait a minute, these are my own inner conversations. These are my own inner thoughts that have risen up to allow me the opportunity to answer, is this true? Is this the truth? Do you consider yourself worthy of working part-time, making full-time money? And when I responded to the how dare you and who do you think you are, and realized that they were just inner conversations that I was having with myself out of another state of being, a past tense state of being that was obviously playing itself over and over again in my mind. Once I was able to respond to that, oh my goodness, the other state of being was able to move in. The state of being of knowing with all assurity that I was about to work part-time, making full-time money. And that's exactly what happened. But on the journey of that happening, I still got up and went to work. I still was working and all of that, but my state of being had completely shifted. Even while doing what I was still doing, I was in a whole nother state of being. And that state of being was able to sustain me until I was offered a part-time job making full-time money. So I just wanted to stop by and share this. Two things. Number one, to remind everybody that the Feel-It-Real Mastermind, the membership, which is a 6-month membership where we meet twice a month, and we're going to be studying the works of Neville Goddard only. I will be answering questions, sharing experiences, and everyone who is there because they have already studied many people. They've told me, I've already studied this one, that one. But when it comes to Neville Goddard, it's clear, it's concise, it causes you to shift. Now, however, my experience with this has been that I've had these experiences prior to Neville Goddard. But when I came upon Neville Goddard, oh my goodness, he just put the icing on the cake for me. I feel like he's a part of my team, like he's my peer. So I call him Uncle Neville. So I'm here to talk about that, but I am here to remind you that on your road of manifesting, whatever it is you desire, sit in the silence so that you can hear from yourself exactly what it is you want versus what you've been compromising. Because part of why we're unable to manifest certain things is because we're compromising. So I'll say, just for the sake of this lesson, it's not big enough, meaning there's something bigger for you. There's something tailor-made for you that you've been compromising because of what the world has been saying, because of what your family's been saying, and because of what you've been saying, your inner conversations to yourself. And because of that, you've been compromising, perhaps. And only you know the answer to that. I knew I was compromising when I started to hear the inner conversations that rose up inside of me. But on this road of manifesting, which we're doing all the time, so I hesitate to use that terminology because just inherently, this is what we do every day, all day. Whatever your inner thoughts are, whatever your assumptions are about yourself, all day, every day, you are creating the outcomes in your life. You are manifesting the material things around you. You are determining who is coming into your space and who is not. You are determining where you're going to travel and where you won't. You are determining how much money you make and how much money you don't. All of this stuff is happening as a result of the inner assumptions that we have inside of ourselves that is taking place every day, all day. But I am here to just encourage you that if you have an outcome that you are looking to manifest in your life, if something else happens along that journey that just appears to be, what do they call it? Like you were just handed I don't know. I don't know what the terminology is. Something that makes you feel like, oh, that was better than what I had, so I'll just stop right here. No, that's not it. That's not it. If it's not the outcome that you said, that's not it. Keep going. And I just wanted to stop by and encourage you. So I want to read the quote that I started with just to keep it fresh in your mind. Man is always compromising and complicating his desires. Man desires freedom from his limitation or problem, and you know darn well we desire that. The first thing he does after he defines his objective is to condition it upon something else. So you decide on an objective and you said, well, that can't happen unless this happens, and unless that happens first, and unless that happens first. So he's absolutely right. That's the first thing we do. He begins to speculate on the manner of acquiring it. So trying to figure something out, not knowing that the thing desired has an expression all its own. When I said that I wanted to work part-time, making full-time money, I did not, after that decision was made, I didn't do anything else. There was nothing else that I did. The expression had an expression all its own. I didn't do anything else, but abided in the state of, I work part-time, making full-time money. He starts planning how he is going to get it. If, on the other hand, he has no plan or conception on the fulfillment of his desire, then he compromises his desire by modifying it. He feels that if he is satisfied with less than his basic desire, then he might have a better chance of realizing it. The inevitable is failure or frustration. What I mean, it's like, that's it. That's our lives, like summed up. Just sum it up, put a bow, bam, there it is. Masters of compromise. But I want to encourage you. Well, and if you want to be around a community who will not allow you, or at least me as the facilitator, as the host, and as the experiencer of not compromising, if you want to be around a community who will not allow that, no compromising, then you want to come on over and join the Feel-It-Real Mastermind, which does end. The membership does end. And I'll put the information, which first you're going to join the membership. So it's a PayPal link, and it's $25.99 a month for 6 months. $25.99 a month for 6 months. And we will be studying Neville Goddard, but we will be sharing experiences. And what is a better teacher than experience? But I just want to let you know, if you're going to come on over to the mastermind, there's not going to be any compromising. And it's a beautiful thing. And again, I want to welcome those from other countries, and I'm just so excited. But I just wanted to stop by and share that with you guys today. And thank you so much for spending your time with me here on this live. And hopefully I'll see you in the mastermind, which, like I said earlier on the video, does end after today. So if you don't join today, and I started to say, you click the link, and once you click the PayPal link to become a member, then you'll be sent an email invite to join the email list, and then you'll get details as far as where we're going to be meeting and all of that. So hopefully I'll see you on the inside of the Feel It Real Mastermind. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.